Just in the Kitchen with me, your host, Justine. Happy St. Patty's Day. We are celebrating St. Patty's Day. I'm going to show you some recipes as I promised in the corned beef video. This one, it's going to be Reuben Egg Rolls. So it's very easy. I've already made my corned beef. I bought the sauerkraut. I have Swiss cheese. And then I make a little sauce, which I will put on the line on the recipes. It's a remoulade. Or you can turn around and just use Thousand Island dressing if you would like. But down at the bottom of this recipe will be the remoulade, and it has mayonnaise and ketchup and fresh lemon and pepper, like a little chipotle pepper. Is really good. So make it if you really want to bump this up. So we're going to start with the ingredients. So right here I have, in a slightly damp paper towel to keep them from drying out, I have wonton wrappers. These things will dry out if you leave them on the thing. And if you're doing a bunch of them, you have to be careful. And that's why I have them in a paper towel. Then I have my corned beef, and as you can see, it is sliced. You know, I took the fat off of it because, again, corned beef is fatty. You don't want a mouthful of fat. So I took the fat off and I made it in little planks. I have Swiss cheese, just about this big because you're going to lay it on the wonton wrapper. And I have sauerkraut. Little water to seal it up. Very, very easy. You want to get your temperature up to 340. So it will fry, it won't get greasy. Everything is cooked. You're just cooking the wonton wrapper and heating up the inside. I'm going to tell you, these are delicious. I had my friend Laura over, and we had to send out a bunch of postcards for our play. We were doing Guys and Dolls, and you know, we just had, I don't know, like 1,500 to do, and we sat there and we ate these like there was no tomorrow. They were so good, and she was like, wow, this is awesome. She has, the way she says, this is delicious. I love the way she says, this is delicious. So let's start. I'm going to put one egg wrapper down. Now this, there are two places you can get this. One, you can get them in the vegetable, you know, like where the Chinese vegetables or the Asian vegetables are. You can go there. Now my store, there's like health food, and that's where I found these. And so you might have to look around a little bit for these, but the stores have them. You don't have to go to an Asian market to get it. So let's go. You take your cheese and you put it right there. Then you want to make sure you have enough room. That's what I'm showing you. You're going to fold it like an envelope and roll it. So you want it up a little bit and down. Then you take your corned beef, and I might put a couple pieces of corned beef in here. I have my corned beef, 2 pieces. I'm going to grab a little sauerkraut, and this kind of rounds it out, makes it a nice little round. Otherwise, you're just going to have a little flat edge. Flat egg roll. It will be an egg envelope. So you flip these in, like that. You're going to put a little water. Put a little water right here. Fold it over. It's kind of like a baby. If anybody remembers bundling babies, this is kind of how you did it. And you take it, make sure this is all wrapped, because you don't want it, and be very gentle with these, because they will rip. Hi, baby bunting, daddy's gone a-hunting. These have 35 carbs, the wrappers. So a lot of people, Tanya, you asked me to do some low carb things. Everything in here is low carb, but it will, except for the wrapper. Just like in my Southwest egg rolls, you can get the tortilla shell, and they have very, very, like 1 carb, I think, tortilla shells. So you could get a tortilla shell, and you could wrap it in the same way. It would still have the same crunch. I just use the egg roll wrappers. because now I'm sure there are better egg roll wrappers out there than me. I never claimed to be an egg roll wrapper. I am an egg roll eater. There you go. So I'm gonna finish these up. I'm gonna do 6 today. And then you have this stuff. Other than heating the oil, which is the longest thing that it takes, you have this. So you can make your corned beef, and then for the next couple of days you can have Reuben Egg Rolls. But I'm going to do other things with my corned beef, and I'll let you know what those are. All you do is, I've got one in there already, put in another one, and let it fry. You want to make sure your oil's hot enough that it does not, because if not, your egg rolls are going to be greasy. So you want to make sure it's hot enough. And this is frying up very nicely. My grease is at 340. And one of the other things, so on the low carb one, if you want to do low carb, low calorie, and you don't want to deep fry, you can take like oil, olive oil, put it on there, or you can spray oil on there, and then you just put it in the oven and turn it over. Low carb, lower in fat, because you've baked it in the oven. And it doesn't take long to get this done. You want it golden brown. Now I have some over here that I've already fried, and this is the color that you want. See how nice? That is the color you want. You want to make sure that you kind of keep turning it, because what happens when you fry something on the bottom, it'll get brown and it won't flip on you. So you want to continue to flip. And I don't know if you've ever seen, like on donuts, they have sticks where they're flipping them, so one side won't get extra heavy and it won't get colored all the way through. And that's why, because the grease makes it fat, or makes it heavy. The grease makes it heavy, doesn't it? To all of that little golden lovely. Isn't it awesome? Then you just put it on paper towel so it doesn't get all greasy. They're done. Who would not want this for St. Patty's Day? I mean, I know the cabbage, potatoes, and corned beef are what everybody wants, but you serve this up and they'll take this over that any day. I don't know if you could hear that. The crunch and this sauce, this remoulade. It's not a thing. It's not a Thousand Island. It's what do you call it? It has more spice. It has more flavor. It's not hot. Just a little bit more spice, a little bit more zip. Recipes and more, go to www.justinthekitchen.com. Like my recipes on YouTube. I love that you like them on Facebook, but go to YouTube, because that's, I guess, what we need is to go to YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Happy St. Patty's Day, and God bless.